Yo riders, Manuel here, servus from the Pain Cave. Welcome back to another route Recon, this time for stage 2 of the Makuri racing series on turf and surf. The route is 24.7 kilometers long with 198 meters of climbing, and for stage 2 we got the feather and anvil power-ups. Let's take a look at the profile. While the first part of the route is pretty easy, the final part will hurt. We've got two key climbs, first the Shisa Sprint Climb, then the Pain Cavern at 2.1 kilometers effort at 3% that will split the field. I recommend to go for the bike that you upgraded the furthest. I will go for my level 5 S-Works Tarmac SL8. According to Zwifter bikes, aero wheels are the fastest since the climbs are not very steep. That makes sense, I guess. You can check it yourself, link is in the description. Alright, let's head into the Recon ride. The first 14.5 kilometers are fast and flowy. As always, expect some attacks, keep track of your positioning, then you will not lose the race here. Because I believe you will not win it here if you go for early attacks. Not really sure if this will be successful since there is still way to go. And the big peloton will always be faster than you. So you need to have a big engine if you want to make this breakaway work. Or you need to have like a bigger group for sure. So we're almost done here with that first flat and windy section. You see there is just a short kicker with maximum of 4% before the downhill. Then we have this downhill back to where we had stage 1 of the Makuri racing series. So we're kind of doing this lap from stage 1 but in the other direction. So the downhill of stage 1 will be the climb of stage 2, like at least the first climb. So I reckon that this will kind of end in a sprint of a small group. The climbs here are hard, but they're not steep, like maximum of 6% each of these two climbs. So it will be hard to break away, and I guess you can follow, if you got the legs, you can follow the groups in the draft. So let's see how I will feel during the stage, but I plan to stay in the wheel, enjoy the draft, and then hopefully put in a great sprint at the end. So now we reach the lead-in of stage 1 here, and once we enter the lap of stage 1, we will do this in the other direction, almost the complete lap of stage 1. The climb that we approach in a minute is around, I guess, 1.5 kilometers long, and also like the last one, around 3% average gradient and a maximum of 6%. So here you see we start the climb with around 10 kilometers to go, and you see there's lots of yellow numbers or yellow gradients, bit of red, some flat section in between. So not really hard climb, and definitely this is also too early to make a move. I mean, you know Zwift, so there will definitely be some attacks here at this point, but I recommend to just stay in the big group, in the front group, and yeah, let some others do the work. Because there will always, if the group is big enough, there will always be some guys who are willing to put in the work and yeah, spend their energy on chasing down some breakaway guys. All right, we're almost on top of the climb. So you see this climb ends at around, there's some final, like I think this is the steepest part here with 5.7%. So with 8.5 to go, we're at the top. So yeah, as I told you, 1.5 kilometers for this climb. Then we reach the second sprint banner here. We'll give you one more power up. Hopefully the feather, because the anvil, I believe it's like useless here for this course, because in the downhill there will not be any attacks. And I assume that in the downhills, like everyone will kind of slow down a bit and recover from the uphill efforts. So let's pray for us all that we will get the feather power up here twice for this course. So we approach the final 5k here, and as you see in the top right, there's another kicker coming in a second. Right now here you see 4.5% maximum gradient. Also here I definitely expect some higher pace, some guys at front. I think it's always kind of defend yourself. So if there is like a gradient coming up, you kind of increase your speed because you know others will do that as well. So everyone in the end is kind of increasing the speed, and this will end up in like fast pace. So 3 kilometers to go, and this is when the final climb starts. 2.1 kilometers at 3%, as I told you at the beginning. Maximum gradient gradient is at 6%. We will see that later where that is. And this climb is kind of separated in two parts. You see here the first part. Again, this is kind of similar like the other climb we did before. Then there is this short flat section in between, and then we approach the second part of the climb, which is a bit harder but still not too hard. So it will be really hard to break away. Like you need to have like really good legs and make a big move to break away from a group, and also stick to it until the finish line, because the group behind you, if they chase you and if they're strong, it will be hard to keep them at distance. So 1.6 to go here, 1.7, 1.6 kilometers to go. And this is where we reach almost the top. You see there's like, it's not really the top. There's still some small kickers coming afterwards until you're really at the top, which is with 900 meters to go before the finish line. And this is where you need to be really attentive and focus on your positioning to not miss any splits as always, and be ready for that final sprint. So here we reach the top, and we are back to Neokyo, and this is where the sprint will take down happen. And this is also important here to be aware of. There's like small downhill here with -2, -3%, and here the final 60-70 meters, they're slightly uphill with also 2-3-4%. So keep that in mind for your sprint, that you don't start too early. All right, this is one lap of Turf and Surf, stage 2 of the Makuri May Zwift Racing Series. Now you know where the race will explode. If you found this helpful, drop a like, leave a comment with your thoughts or questions, and subscribe for more Zwift racing content. So let me know, when are you attacking stage 2? I'll be racing it on Monday evening, hopefully. So stay tuned for the race recap. Good luck and ride on. Cheers.